So, what is a brand ambassador? It's a really good question. You essentially, as a potential brand ambassador, you are a cheerleader for a good product or service. In exchange for being a cheerleader for this good product or service, you get a commission. And there are three things that you should always, always, always do before committing to a contract. The first thing that you should do is evaluate the product. The second thing that you should do is do your research on the company and any parent company attached to it. And the third thing that you should always do is you should evaluate your consumer base to see how that product fits into the people that you are going to be selling it to. Because if you don't do those three things, you can very easily send your credibility right down the drain. And in this very fickle world of social media, your word is all you have. When you're evaluating a product, you have to think about it in relation to your life. Is this something that you would actually use? Is this something that you wish you had? Would this solve a problem that you had? Or is this a product that you really, really believe in? Now, if you can answer yes to all of those questions, or at least 60% of those questions, then it is a product that you should definitely consider being a brand ambassador for, whether that's a product, good, or service. So after you've chosen your product, good, or service that you want to be a brand ambassador for, the next thing that you need to do is your research. With everything that's online today, it takes maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes to figure out who this company is, what's their mission statement, what are the morals of the company like, do they have a parent company, and what does that company specifically believe in? Because what you don't want to do is be a brand ambassador for a good service or product, and the parent company is something that you don't believe in yourself. For example, let's say you're a member of the LGBTQIA plus family, and you've come across this product that you really like it works well, everything is amazing, and then you do your research on the product and you find out that the parent company is not LGBTQIA plus friendly. Now your credibility is shot. Then that brings into question who you are as a business person. Now it gives your audience the opportunity to question you. So that's something that you always, always, always want to look into. Another good thing about doing the research is that there's so much online these days. People do reviews of companies, they do reviews of products, they do reviews of their experience being a brand ambassador for a specific company. So there's lots of information out there for you. You just have to be willing to look for it. And if the difference between you making money and you not, you might want to take a few minutes to just look through everything and make sure that everything is on the up and up and you agree with everything that's going forward. So number 3 is always, always, always evaluate your consumer base. What I mean by your consumer base are, these are the people who like your pictures. These are the people who follow your account. These are the people who share your videos. These are the people who you will possibly be selling your products to. So you want to make sure that whatever product, good, or service that you choose lines up with your consumer base for the most part. You should always, always, always consider your consumer base in every product, good, or service that you are trying to sell. The first thing that you should probably do is convert your account from a personal account to a business account. There's lots of good inside information in there. It can tell you what age range your audience is, whether it's mostly male or female, what states they live in, that kind of thing. And that can help you kind of make those decisions in a better light. You know, the more data you have, the better decision that you'll make in the long run. So an example, let's say you are a female and you want to sell sundresses. Okay, cool. You can sell sundresses. But let's say you've done your research, company's great, and then you look at your consumer base and you realize that only 25% of the people who follow you are female, which is still a pretty significant number. So sundresses wouldn't be a bad choice. In my opinion, it just wouldn't be my number one choice. Because if 25% of the people who follow you are female, that means that 75% of the people who follow you are male. So you got to think about it in terms of sales. If you had a choice between selling something that will only appeal to 25% of your consumer base as opposed to appealing to 75% of your consumer base, which one would you choose? You would go with the one that would give you the opportunity to sell more money. And like I said, you wouldn't write it off completely. It's really your decision. You know, if it's a product that you really believe in, then I say go for it, honey. Go for it. Go balls to the wall. But if you were on the fence about it and that is your goal, is just to sell, you always, always, always want to put that into consideration and figure out how your consumer base fits into this good service or product that you're trying to sell. So here's a little bonus. Another thing that you may always want to be open to is the fact that what you're trying to give your audience may not want from you. Let me give you an example. When I first started out, I spent a lot of money on photo shoots and clothing and makeup and all these different types of things, because what I wanted to do was put out fully polished images at all times, which is a really high standard, especially when you're starting out. And when I posted those pictures, yeah, we got a couple of likes. It was great. The average was about 10 to 15 on each of the photos. And I was like, I put all this time and effort and money into this and it's not working. And then one day I went into my bathroom while I was at work and I did a full-on photo shoot with my phone and what I had on. And when I tell you the difference between those likes and shares was amazing, I mean, absolutely amazing. The minimum that I had gotten on that picture of likes was 50 and the minimum shares I got was 10. That's when I realized that my consumer base didn't want polished images of me. They just wanted me in whatever way that it came. And I have to be willing to give them that. Thank you guys so much for listening and being a part of 837 episode 2. To hit like and share, and if you're watching me on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you get a notification every time I post a new video. And if you're watching me on Facebook, go ahead and give me that thumbs up and share it with a friend of yours. Somebody maybe need this information and hopefully I'll be the one to give it to them. So hope you guys enjoy this as much as I did. I'll see you next time.